And we live. What's going on out there? It's your boy Game27, and we back again with another Reboot podcast. And tonight we are doing it on my channel because Zen Gamer, he has some issues going on with this Google Plus deal. So I don't know what's going on. It's just tripping. But I'm gonna go ahead and let him take over since he. Sorry. Hold on. Wait. I'm already messed up. Wait. Hold on. Just
You forgot to go live?
chill. Okay, there we go.
What happened?
I don't know.
I forgot to go live.
I had some feedback.
Oh.
Okay.
That was coming on my side. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and let Zen Gamer and take over. I don't know. I fucked up my intro. Go ahead, Zen Gamer. Take over.
Hey, don't worry about it. This has been a messed up night already. As Real Gamer already said, we had some technical difficulties with Google because, as usual, Google's fixing shit that they don't need to fix, and in the process breaking it. So we had to do a little bit of an impromptu move. We moved it over to Real Gamer's channel, which in some way is a little bit, destined because we were intending to do this sort of thing anyway, where a new member of the group would host the show every new week. So here we are on this channel. I hope that most of you can find it. If you don't find it and you see this later on, after it's all processed, we apologize for any inconvenience caused, but that's the nature of the business. It's live and mistakes and errors do occur. But enough of that preface. Welcome to the Reboot GameCast. On behalf of everyone here, Active Sit Gaming, Coupon Strives, Real Gamer, the Video Game Hero, and of course Mega Gamer Man, and our special guest tonight, RonnRetrobro, a very, very popular face over on Real Gamer's podcast that usually happens on Thursday nights. We're here to talk some video games and weekly news with y'all in typical Reboot Gaming fashion. So first off, we're going to start with some Sony news. Who's up for that?
Boo.
So, oh, come on.
Oh, man. Nay, clip clop.
Okay, let's talk about this fanboy.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I'm out. Bye.
Man, ball.
Hey, but we can talk about how Sega died, but hey.
Oh.
Ooh.
He
Well,
is
apparently-
really there for Chris right now.
We are missing one member, of course, Chris. G-Rock.
What's down?
But he has a long shift over at work, but he's holding it down.
Working in the corners.
Yeah, our other fellow Team Blue guy is holding it down in every way conceivable, it seems. But anyway, let's start off with something a little bit controversial with director over at Naughty Dog, Bruce Straley, I believe is the name. I apologize if I'm butchering that. Where he said in a sort of matter-of-fact way that the upcoming PS4 exclusive Uncharted 4 is the most visually stunning game ever created. Now that sounds like an opinion, except he didn't say "I think" until a follow-up tweet.
Until he got called out.
He got called out on it, and a lot of people have different opinions. Of course, he works there, so you would expect him to say that.
Right.
But this is the internet, and people are
We get mad at everything.
easily upset about things because we're all interconnected, and we have no lids over our mouths, and opinions should never be confused as fact. And apparently, according to some people, not me, of course, because I don't care either way, that's exactly what happened. It was confused as a fact, even though I don't think he meant it as one. But let's start off with let's go with a little salt, shall we? Alex.
Hey,
What
man,
do you
no
think?
salt here. I think he's in the right for saying that. I think it's stupid if you make a game and you go out and say something dumb like, well, my game's not the most visually appealing, but you should go buy it anyways. I think he's just promoting his game. I think he's kind of stupid for not making it more clear than how he did, because that game is not the most visually game out there, obviously. It looks like shit. But, he's just doing his job. You can't really blame him for it.
And this is coming
Okay.
from a Sony hating fella, so don't
Now,
go by what Alex said.
It's
now
true, though.
I just
It's
want to
actually-
clarify that I played the Uncharted 4 beta, the multiplayer beta, and I'm not certain what that multiplayer beta was running at or what the final version is going to be running at, with full knowledge that it's a beta and it is not representative of the final product, but it didn't look great. It looked okay. It looked good. But it didn't
They
look
say
great.
multiplayer is 720 and the main game's 1080
So
or something.
I assume that might have been the reason why. If that truly was representative of the final product, then it did look great. and 720p would be the reason why. I'm assuming he's talking about the single player, which must look great. I don't really know because I haven't been following the
He's
game like
probably
that.
talking about the single player.
Yeah. So let's go ahead with our resident Sony guy. What do you think? Do you even care about Uncharted? And do you care about what he said?
Well, honestly, I don't give two fricks about Uncharted. Like that's
This
the one
is our
thing.
Sony rep, guys. Remember that.
I don't know. I after 3 it was kind of, but which basically was 3, but yeah, the game actually looks okay. It looks really good. Screw freaking Alex. Freaking hatred. But yeah, this does look really nice. So far. Of course, it won't be like 1886 kind of good because, of course, that was a movie. But you know, it's like this will at least do it. But yeah, I mean, Uncharted's gonna do well. It's it's basically a PlayStation exclusive that people will buy because basically Uncharted. So yeah.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in on that? No? Okay.
Nobody else cares about Uncharted, really?
I guess, whenever I get a PS4, I will be getting the game because I'm a sucker for action-adventure games like that. If you like Tomb Raider, you should be able to like a game like Uncharted. Screw you, Alex. Your opinion doesn't count. You just a pony buster. If you one of them podcasts with Drone Crusher just busting ponies, then you don't count in this conversation. So
don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I say this every time you bring that up. I am a potential Sony customer.
Yeah, right. Get out of here. Nah. You want them to basically do freaking something.
Without wanting to put anyone on blast, we also know potential doesn't automatically equal actually getting something. Now we all know what I'm talking about.
They just haven't given me what I wanted yet.
Okay,
so
sure.
You play Tomb Raider, but you want to play Uncharted. They're kind of similar.
I know. I just said I will buy a console.
It's because it's on a
Uncharted.
PlayStation. That's why you don't want to play.
I guess in his defense, because I played Uncharted and I played Uncharted 2, like the differences between Tomb Raider and Uncharted is like Tomb Raider is more like puzzles and just like exploring and tactical, and I feel like Uncharted is more of a dude bro version of Indiana Jones. Like you slide between someone's legs, kick them in the nuts, and shoot them in the head. Like
I'm not saying the franchise is bad. It's just I don't care enough to buy a console for it.
Well, ever since they rebooted the Tomb Raider series, it's not much like it used to be. Like a lot of puzzles. It's kind of more.
It still has the puzzles, but it seems to gear toward a little bit more of the fighting and gunning and all that stuff. But I kind of like the puzzles in it, so.
Okay.
They're all different to their own
the tombs are like one big puzzle.
I have never experienced the single player for Uncharted yet. I have yet to buy the Nathan Drake collection, which I intend to eventually, and follow that up with this game. I could only talk about my brief experience in the multiplayer beta, and it felt kind of like Assassin's Creed with guns, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. That's good, because I like Assassin's Creed. So that's a good thing. But anyway, that's it for that. It's gone gold, and the game will be coming to the closest PS4 to you very soon.
Next month, right?
Yes, next month. Okay, so on over to a little bit more Sony news. PlayStation news specifically. God of War maker hiring for massive PS4 exclusive. Now, we all know what this massive PS4 exclusive
Fat Princess.
Oh my god, that was funny. That was funny. Yes, Sony Santa Monica, the great Sony Santa Monica, is everybody really heralds them to be something good. I'm not saying they're not. They're hiring, but the problem is here. You got to read in between the lines, like I did. I had assumed that we hadn't had a new God of War in how long has it been? When did God of War 3 or Ascension come out?
Right.
2011. I want to say 2011. And we were expecting a God of War 4 or a reboot of the series. We've heard rumors that it would be set in Egypt and that the protagonist might be someone different. And as a result of all of these sort of details, leaks coming out, you would think you'd see that this year's E3. But if they're only just hiring, that doesn't make it seem as if it's going along as far along as we think it is. So.
Well, to be fair, it's a Sony game, so they gotta scrounge through all the couches for money to fund the game, so it takes a while.
Why do you do it?
Alex,
Why?
you are breaking me, dog.
You know, that's funny. Yet they're hiring a lot
When
more
we do these
people.
Sony conversations, Alex, he needs to be muted.
Hey.
We talk about Nintendo or Xbox, just boot him out.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
my God.
This is just how it is.
Oh, Jesus.
Send all your haters to you know who. Now, moving on.
But if it is what it is, and we actually do see it, even if it is a CGI trailer, I'll take that too. That's awesome to see that the franchise is coming back and it's not over. God of War 1, 2 were great, 3 was okay. Recently played it on the remastered edition. It was okay, it was decent, but it's a bit of a rough step backwards if you play Bayonetta and then you go to this. So it is what it is on that. But it's a good series. I would have loved to see it come back, and it looks like we are, so that's really good news. Mega, once again, it comes down to you. Do you really want a new Gears? I'm gonna say Gears of War, God of War game. What do you want to see out of a new game, or are you interested at all? I don't know, really.
God of War, I mean, I liked it, but I'm not really a guy. I mean, that's the thing with me. I don't like those kind of games where it's like all about like freaking some big buff angry dude. That's why I'm not really into like Gears or like God of War or stuff like that. Like it just annoys me because it's just like you ever happy in your life, but it's something that I mean I wouldn't mind, but I mean it would be good for the people that would like another game, but I'm not really gonna be hyped up for it if it is that.
Okay. Well, it is what it is, and that I'm happy to see it. Everything seems to be based in Egypt now because that's the new hot shit, I guess. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I
it's
actually
also
have
pretty
some
easy.
information on that. According to this GameSpot article, I put the link in the chat also. The God of War creator was talking about a new arena-style shooter.
Oh.
Right,
so
they're trying to go the arena route, and they're trying to make a shooter, they said, that doesn't drink from the well, a.k.a. not like Call of Duty. So
Okay.
their idea is to do some type of
So they
arena
want to
type
make
shooter.
a failing shooter game.
Oh.
Wow, dude.
You can get
Well,
made.
no,
If you don't copy Call of Duty, you fail.
Also, it has the name.
That's
too.
not true. That's
The
not
name-
true. Cause
Unless you're Overwatch.
yeah, Overwatch is gonna do it. I mean,
Yeah,
man.
well, that's because it's
People-
Blizzard, man. Like, come on.
Battlefield
me
sells
salty.
too, and it's not Call of Duty.
Wait, what?
Battlefield sells too, and it's not Call of Duty. It's more
It's not
tactics
Call of
and
Duty.
military based.
The fact of the matter remains is that you can be as original as you want with your shooter. It just depends on what sort of success you want. Because it's hard to match something like Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
So usually what happens in the world of business, if something is successful, you copy it.
it.
So that's what's
By the
been
way, the name of the game is Drawn to Death.
drawn to death. I
Did they
like
get
wait a
it?
second. Wait a second.
They
They already
get it
showed
out.
that off.
I
Oh,
thought
they
that
didn't
was
show
like
that
that
off.
Mad World game.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
That's the one that
that's
looks
it.
like the Notebook, like it looked like
Yeah.
the doodles in
Yeah.
the Notebook.
Right. But they're trying to make it an arena shooter.
So
No.
changing
Yeah, it
it
does look like
completely.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute, they're changing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to make it an
Wow.
arena shooter now.
Huh.
Well,
That's
I'm
what-
Well,
reading
they
it
did
right
get
now.
a really
Article
poor
says.
reception for it. Maybe that's why.
Well, not
I don't
exactly
know
kidding, but I'm
anybody
looking
that
at
I've
the
heard
art.
talk about the game. They like it because it's still in beta. Like you can play it right now if you have like the access to it or whatever.
Well, if this is the game that they're making, it could be a good thing. The God of War guys would be a little bit disappointed by it, but I see this being successful, just based on the little bit I've read and the images I see right now. I even have a video playing right here. Looks okay. It looks good. All right.
And
That
then
is it.
MOBA games are kind of the new meta these days too. I mean, for
Yeah.
a lot of us older gamers, we got jobs and we don't get a lot of time to play, so it's one of those just you can pick up and go type games
Right.
instead of open world that just like consumes your life.
Those
Yep,
take
it's
too
so
much
true.
time.
I still got these 3 open world games. Fallout 4, Sleeping Dogs, and Witcher 3. It's gonna probably
Yeah.
take me a couple of years to beat them. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, they take a long
I got so
time.
many games to play, dude.
Yeah. All right. So switching gears over to Xbox now. So Xbox has.
Hey, you watch your mouth, boy.
Hey, somebody shut up.
Yeah, all right, you can get back in the stable. We don't
Hey,
need you no more.
since we're done with Sony, so I guess we're done with Mega. You could go.
We're done with Mega. You can
go,
leave now.
Boot them out.
Actually, we'll need them later on. So as usual, Microsoft is having a pretty tough round go of it this generation, because it seems like every 3 stories you hear about their console or their company, 2 of them are negative somehow.
Yeah.
So,
Isn't it the case?
yep.
Dude's got so much bad news. It's crazy.
Yep, they're having a really rough run of it this time around.
Yeah.
And poor Phil, man. I just feel like that he just finishes work, he gets home, he just balls up in a corner and cries. Just having to deal with all of this shit. He just seems too nice to have to go through this shit on a daily basis, you know?
Right.
Anyway, so we're going to be talking some Quantum Break. I moved it up because it seems a little bit more important than our other topic. So, Quantum Break, rumored, I don't know, has it been confirmed?
I don't know. Digital Foundry said so, but
Okay,
the
so
developers say otherwise.
Of course they did.
Yeah, so it's nothing's like 100% yet. I don't know.
All right, so it's not set in stone.
Yeah.
But according to Digital Foundry and not what the developers are saying, Quantum Break will not be 1080p. It won't even be 900p, which is a very popular number. It'll be 720p.
Dang, man.
Yeah, Pony, we know. So, you know, the whole 1080-60 thing is not going to happen this time. I guess it's going to be 60 frames. But as you well know, resolution wars have never truly ended since they started at the beginning of this generation, the 8th generation. Resolution gate, or whatever you want to call it. And it's still a big thing when a developer comes out or a game is, you know, analyzed by Digital Foundry and it is found out that it does not run at 1080p or it does not run at 900 at minimum. This one is going all the way back down to 720p. So, asking Real Gamer this time, this call on you. Are you going to get this game, one, and does the resolution dip mean anything to you?
Well, it's like this. If Mario Kart 8 resolution didn't mean anything to me, then so will Quantum Break. Like, as long as the game looked beautiful, I don't care, man. I really don't care. The game already looked beautiful last time we saw it at E3, so the whole resolution gate, I don't care, man. I'm not in that kind of fanboy console war bullshit shenanigans. So, you know, I'm getting a day one. You know, fuck the bullshit. Fuck those other idiots on the crumb side of YouTube that keep making these damage control ass videos and shit. And look, like I say, man, I'm buying the game day one. Like, fuck those haters. That's all I gotta say.
All right, cool. Well, we already know one guy canceled his pre-order, so this doesn't matter to him at all. This doesn't matter to him at all.
Man, he's just full of crap.
Yeah. So, you shouldn't be mad about this at all. Not getting the game anyway. But anyway, so for me, I'm getting this game a little bit later on. I'm fairly certain it'll be a good game. It is Remedy. Alan Wake, which was their previous work, is an awesome game that I just remembered I have on backwards compatibility because I saw it in my ready-to-install list yesterday, I think it was. But awesome work with those games. I'm pretty sure this will be good. It'll be a complete mindfuck as well because that's what they're famous for. But I'll get it a little bit later on because I don't see it as being a $60 game at the same time. But they will be getting my purchase, no doubt about that, just not at $60. And I know for a fact it will drop quickly in price. I'm talking about week 2, week 3. This game will be $40. So I'll get it then.
It's single player only, right? So
a single player only. Doesn't seem like it has a whole lot of longevity. So, you know, maybe a 30-40 hour experience, and I'm probably being generous there. So we will see what goes on with that. The resolution difference does not matter to me at all. Come on, you know, I had a Wii U, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
I have an Xbox One, it's my favorite console this generation, doesn't matter. Everything is either 900, never is it 1080p, or rarely ever, maybe
Very
one or two.
rarely.
Not every
Yeah.
PS4 game is in 1080p, so
Yeah.
put that shit
Some of
up.
them are, but you have to sacrifice down to 30 frames. And it's like, what's the point?
So both consoles weren't even ready for this generation. Both,
They were.
Both the consoles are too weak for the games these guys are trying to make.
yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, PlayStation 4, the games do look microscopically better, but not all that much. I've seen the difference between, let's say, The Witcher 3, which I have on my Xbox One, and The Witcher 3 on PS4, and it's very, very, very small details that if you're playing the damn game in the first place, you probably won't notice.
Right.
So it's not like it's a huge leap like PC would have. It's not. So it is what it is on that. The frame rate is what is important, and I'll maintain that opinion until it stops being true, which it won't. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyone else want to chime in on Quantum Break? Anyone else getting it?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
I
I got it.
actually plan on getting the game too. I'm gonna wait a little, mainly because a lot of the articles, including GameSpot, said that this is only supposed to be a problem on Xbox. But just in case, I know with AAA titles we tend to get things buggy. I'll just wait a couple of months because the mod community will probably fix it anyway. On top of that, summer is just around the corner, and they'll have a summer Steam sale on it, so I'll probably get it for like 25, $30.
Right.
Yeah, because it will get cheap really quickly on PC, on Steam. Yeah.
I'm getting it on Xbox. I already got it pre-ordered. The 720p thing, I don't really care. I saw what the game looks like. It looks good. So if that's what it looks like at 720p, then that's a pretty damn good-looking 720p game.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else to say. Like, if you're gonna go out and cancel because it's 720, then I feel bad for you, I guess.
Yep. just think of Mario Kart 8. Just
Exactly.
think of
Mario Kart 8 is like one of the best-looking games to me, anyways, and that's 720.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All three consoles, man. That's nice. That looks like a damn Pixar game, man.
Yeah, like what is it? Smash Brothers is 1080p, but to me, Mario Kart looks leaps and bounds better than Smash Brothers.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting it, so it's all good. Whatever.
All right. Next up, we got a little bit of a non-story that should not have been a story in the first place, but was made a story by the fact that the media has got the dirty little claws and everything. And poor Phil Spencer, man. Dude is like a 24-hour apologist. Is all he ever does. Apologize.
Give him a few years.
Feelings, apologize.
Give him a few years. He'll start saying, "Please understand."
Oh.
Or he'll say, "Fuck this shit."
Too soon? Too soon?
Yep, too soon, man. Too soon. It hasn't been a year yet. Too soon. But anyway, so apparently there was this after party like these companies are known to do when they're done with video game developer conferences and so forth. There was one recently, and Microsoft threw its after party at which they hired some, and I quote, scantily clad dancers. I've seen the pictures. They were wearing schoolgirl outfits. It was a bunch of blonde girls dancing on the stage. And
That sounds like a good party.
Can I
sounds like a damn
interject
good
real
party.
quick? Who cares? Like, if you're
This how Phil Spencer parties? This dude's a beast.
like, I'm saying, like, are you seriously hard up because some scantily clad schoolgirl uniform, whatever the fuck, chicks were dancing around? Like, don't
Exactly.
leave the fucking party and call it
Most
a day.
likely some ugly ass bitches are jealous. That's all.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if you ugly, that's your problem. Go fucking get plastic surgery. We got
Oh damn.
like.
Yep.
If you ugly, that's your
I'm
problem.
just saying, it just sounds petty to be all mad
It
about
is.
some freaking chicks dancing.
I'll tell you exactly what I think happened though. So people took pictures and they sent it out to social media, like everybody always does. And of course, that's when the backlash started. How dare Microsoft throw a party with some
Oh,
scantily
the
clad girls
chicks-
like
How
this?
dare Microsoft pay for bitches?
Oh my god! Oh my
They should have
god!
more
JJ
respect.
is hurting. It's hurting so bad. Why?
They
I'm
should have
pretty
handed
sure.
out some butthurt reports at that party.
Right?
Yep, I'm pretty sure you've seen it all. Of course, the feminazi camp, not the
Oh.
feminist camp, the feminazi camp. Those guys, the extremists.
Big difference.
Big difference. They had a lot to say about it, and that's how it got into the mainstream, sort of non-mainstream. It didn't make it to video game reporting websites because it's not really about a game.
Honestly, Phil shouldn't have apologized at all. I would have ignored
Yeah.
the shit out of that.
But Phil, being Phil, saw,
I know.
found it necessary to come out and say he apologizes, and that under no circumstance, and this is a quote, under no circumstance should this have been allowed to happen. It's completely.
Phil, please, come on.
Oh my god, stop. Like, if you knew it wasn't supposed to, if you're
don't
going
have
to
bitches, no one's
apologize
gonna
like
come to your
that, then
party.
you shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have did it. If you felt like you had to apologize after the fact.
Like,
So,
Phil,
my
if you
thing
ain't
is-
gonna have
No, I'm just
bitches,
saying, it's
every
like-
party you're gonna have is like your Japanese Xbox One launch. Nobody
Like,
there.
Well, in Phil's
damn.
defense, I understand why he
He
apologized.
has to say
Well,
that.
he
Yeah.
has to.
It's a
because, yeah, he
PR
has to
thing.
say
It's a
things.
PR thing. He's forced to.
Yeah, I know, but it's just stupid. These people.
Yep, and he said that he will follow up with the organizers of the party. And usually when someone like that says they'll
Now
follow
he's gonna
up,
have a party with
You know
half
what you
naked.
need to apologize for, Phil?
Yeah.
Young Conquer.
yeah, you need to apologize for that shit
I
now.
apologize for that shit. I honestly need an apology for that. Otherwise, I don't care about these chicks scantily
So-
clad. They knew what they were getting into. The SJW Warriors or whatever the fucking kiss a
Yep.
dick.
I'm pretty sure that Phil was at that party and he was having the ball of his life.
Exactly.
when he came to work the following morning and saw the backlash, he had to put on the corporate suit. And
Like, who doesn't like a bunch of hot ass bitches? Like, come on.
They weren't saying nothing during the fact, but once it got out, it's like, oh, the people who weren't invited to the party felt some sort of way, so they had to make a stink about it. That's all it is. You didn't get invited. Yeah, you didn't get invited to the party, so now you want to make a stink. Oh, they're so scared to make mad. You didn't invite me, bitch. Please shut up.
Yep. So again, it turned out to be a little bit of a negative Xbox / Microsoft story, and Phil being super nice guy, he had to do what he did, and I see why. Because if he didn't do anything, it would be worse. Yeah. So, you know, it is what it is on that. And one more notch in Phil's belt, another fire put out, which seems to be a damn near daily thing.
I think what really pisses me off about this, too, is because any other company could have did this on their time off and nobody cared. But because gaming still has the social stigma that it's for kids, because a lot of the regular world still thinks that way, now they're making it a big deal.
Yeah, I agree. Because that stigma for gaming it really is still present. I mean, if you look at anything, look at your own life. You speak to non-gamers, let them know that you're an avid gamer, and they may not want to let you know that there's anything wrong with that, but there'll be a little bit of a facial wrinkle.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So. There is a stigma involved with it still. It's still very present, but more hidden than it used to be.
Yep.
All right, on to Nintendo.
To summarize that, Phil, you don't have to apologize for bitches.
No, you don't. You don't. On to Nintendo. Not much news this week, with the exception of
that gay ass controller.
Well, yeah, that.
You mean that 100% legitimate NX controller?
100% legitimate NX review mirror. That's what it is.
So, for those of you who are not in the loop, I don't see how you cannot know about this at this point. But earlier this week, we had a picture or two, or maybe it was just one, of a quote-unquote heavy air quotes being used. I know you can't see me, but a leaked NX controller. Some developer had their hands on it, and
it's from Geno and Dual Pixel website.
Okay, there we go. And they shipped out the picture so we would see what the controller looks like, and it looks exactly, minus the handles, it looks exactly like that patent we saw maybe 2 or 3 months ago, where the entire surface of the controller was a screen with sticks rising up out of the screen and all of that sort of stuff. Now, my initial reaction to this was, oh my god, why somebody kill me now? But after having a few days to think about it, and then looking up how it could possibly work, I did a little bit of research on it. Yes, I'm not completely salty. I'm not like Alex here, who hates blindly. I hate for reasons. And there may be reasons to hate this, but what they may be trying to do, if this is real, this is under the assumption that it is real. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not confirmed. It's only a rumor, and quite possibly a piece of shit fake picture from someone looking to get their 15 minutes of fame. But as it stands, it could be a potentially cool thing. They're using that technology that allows that freeform technology that allows screens to bend and warp according to the needs of the situation that it's in. Allows it to feel tactile, like actually have tactile feeling across the surface of the screen. What this means is, because if you've seen that picture, you'll notice two glaring absences, one being the button and the other being the D-pad. The buttons and the D-pad, those may actually come up out of the screen and be represented by an on-screen image, overlaid or underlaid, as it were, on it, and then it would function exactly the same. Can that replace actual tactile buttons comfortably? I don't know. Nobody does. But if this is the technology that they're using, then, and I hate to say it, it's innovative.
So effectively, how this technology works is under the touchscreen, there's a thin layer, there's a thin liquid which reacts to electricity, and it can like move the screen up a bit to give you a different feel on the screen, so it's not smooth. So they can actually make a button form on the screen with this liquid, depending on what kind of pulse they put through the liquid. So it's actually very interesting if that's what they're doing.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a whole video on it. It's technology from like a couple of years ago at CES.
Yep. So it sounds legitimate. For example, if in that video he's talking about, because I found it on two different sources, the full version and the cut version from a fellow YouTuber put it up. I had to go look for the full version to see what was up.
Yeah.
Essentially, if there's supposed to be like a carpet displayed on the screen, if you touch the screen, it would feel like carpet. It would simulate what carpet feels like to the fingers.
But on the glass.
But on the glass, somehow. So, by virtue of that, or asphalt, or any other surface, by virtue of that, it kind of imitates what's really supposed to be going on there, and it could open up all sorts of avenues for ingenious video game programming. The difference here is, and I hope that if this is it, this is my final bit on this, before I let you guys chime in, if this is it, it sounds cool, but remember, people, keep in mind, so did the Wii U gamepad. This shit sounds awesome on paper. Like, the concept is near flawless. But that's only if it is utilized in the right ways and given purpose. So let's hope that this is it. It isn't abandoned by Nintendo's own developers like Year 2, and it is used throughout the entire life cycle of whatever the NX turns out to be, if this is real. Anyone else want to chime in on that?
As far as that picture goes, like, it's got to be fake. Like, I think it's fake. It looks like a toy almost. Like somebody just kind of quickly put it together to make a picture on YouTube. But the technology behind it is real. Like, the way that screen is formed, Sharp has that screen technology, and Nintendo has been dealing with Sharp, so that kind of thing is possible. And then we have the tactile buttons on the screen. That technology is also possible. But the actual picture that we saw, no, that's not real. Like, we might get some sort of similar thing, but I don't think what we saw was an actual prototype.
Okay, someone from, was it either Giant Bomb or Destructoid, put the picture through some sort of program that they have, and they were able to
see
determine
it was photoshopped, yeah.
Right, that it wasn't really photoshopped, with the exception of the black bars that you see blocking off something or the other. So whatever it is, it's a real picture. It wasn't created out of the ether. It's a real thing. Whether it's fake or not, it's a real
device might have been created.
Yeah. So they were able to determine that it wasn't a created image. It was an actual picture taken of whatever the hell this is. So that gives some hope. The other thing that puts it into the fake category is that the image it's displaying currently is that of
some mountains.
2010's Unreal 4 engine demo. At around 6 seconds in, I believe it is.
Oh, is that what it is?
That it matches pixel for pixel what is displayed in that demo is what's on the screen in this device. So it's not a game.
Just part of the tech demo.
It's part of the tech demo. So we shall see what it is. Nia, I haven't heard from you at all. What do you think?
What do I think about the controller?
Yeah, if it is real, if it's not real, what do you think?
I think that if it is real, it was probably just a concept of that patent that we saw and nothing more. Like, people, like, forget that, like, these companies, before they're making their new thing, like, they're always coming up with ideas of what they might potentially do, or even just concepts of how things could work, but just kind of how to, like, incorporate them and things like that. So if it is that, that's probably all it is concept. I don't think that it's, like, the actual thing. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's just me. Nintendo's done weirder things, so you never know.
They have. Well, we shall see one way or the other. It's roughly a month and a half away before we start getting leaks, actual leaks from E3. It's almost E3 season.
Yep.
So we don't have a long time to wait to find out what the hell is actually going on here.
This is definitely fake, but more importantly, I think it'd be pretty funny if Nintendo just came out and confirmed this just to mess with everybody, let them get all pissed off, then April 1st come out and be like, April Fools.
Funny though.
Oh, that would be an awesome joke, but also it could be one that could get Nintendo a lot of backlash at the same time.
They get backlash whatever they do. It's cool.
They get backlash all the time.
I swear, if Nintendo pulled that off for an April Fool's joke, I'd buy the NX first day, just off the principle.
You got me. You got me. Respect to that. All right. So our next piece of Nintendo news, even though it's not really news, comes in the form of a video game impression session. That rhymed. I'm awesome. Impression session. So a number of our members here have already been playing, bought, acquired Pokken Tournament, and they have awesome things to say about it. So I'm going to give the mic up to the first person available who has played this game. It's all yours. What do you think of it?
You want to go first, Goofon?
I'll go first. The Wii U sucks. Pokken
Shut up.
sucks. Y'all.
Get out of here. Go. Here's Mags your Wii U got stolen.
Well,
Xbox Nation, baby.
the game, for the most part, I bought it under the premise that I was gonna have a little bit of fun, and it was gonna go back to the store eventually. After playing it, I realized it had a lot of content locked in it that you could actually unlock in the game. There's the Pokemon that they picked were actually pretty decent, even though I had some qualms about a chandelier at some point. But each Pokemon has their uniqueness. There's a lot of different levels. The whole 3D, 2D kind of back and forth in the fighting is pretty interesting and different for me, at least for a fighting game. And I mean, the online is smooth as silk. Like, you literally get on instantaneously. There's plenty to do as far as like single player mode. You have the tournaments that you go through, and there's like each different levels. You got the red, blue, green league, and then Chrome League. Shadow Mewtwo is a freaking beast. Fuck him. It's like, I don't know. I was just pleasantly surprised that this game had so much in it, and I was just going into it kind of thinking they weren't going to have that much to go on, but like they literally have a lot. You can customize your avatar trainer. I mean, there's a lot to do. You have online ranked battles, and then you have friendly battles, and you can fight with your friends, or you can fight with strangers. I mean, they really seem to push the envelope with this game, so I really am pleasantly surprised with it, and I enjoy it, and I think a lot of folks would enjoy it. If you're a Pokemon fan, definitely. If you're a fighter fan, you could find some, I'm pretty sure you could find something in this game that would entertain you. Like, I don't know how, but I mean, I've never really been big on fighter games, so this is new to me. As far as the, like, technicalities of the game, oh my god, like, it's got some levels to it that I was not aware of, and I'm still learning as I go. Like, I'm still learning combos, I'm still learning moves and stuff, so it's endless. It definitely has a lot to go for it.
Is it one of those games, and it's kind of built like an onion, that the further you peel the layers back,
yeah,
the more...
it seems that way.
Okay.
Yeah, because it started off kind of like, okay, for tap 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 button mash, but yeah, you got to get past that. You're gonna get past that pretty fast.
Okay.
You're gonna need to know some stuff.
All right. Well, I know Alex has it. What are your opinions on it?
Yeah, I'm playing it right now. This game is excellent. Even though out of this there's 16 characters, 2 of them are Pikachus. The lineup is very varied. The Pokemon choices are from like original Pokemon up to like current gen Pokemon, and they're all very different like power types, and they use different attacks and stuff. So the roster's good. And then the game is very smooth, and obviously, like, you switch between 2D mode and 3D mode. That's a nice little change of pace. Not many fighting games do that. And the single-player campaign is actually, like, pretty long. They have 4 or 5 leagues that you gotta compete through, and you gotta face Shadow Mewtwo here and there. So far, I'm liking it. Me and Coupon were trying the online the other day. It's buttery smooth. It's like takes no time to connect. It actually worked on day one, and it's just like, this game is pretty awesome. And on top of all that, it's baby proof.
I knew it. I was trying to be nice. I knew
it was coming.
Say, the pony news is over with, man. You gonna lay that shit to rest.
So
I was trying to be nice. I was like, I'm not gonna mention the baby stuff.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like, there was a couple games, 2 fighting games that came out recently. One was beat by a baby. This
actually, I was in the tournament recently. Okay.
Oh yeah, Mega has also played this game. Yeah.
The most output of people that were there. Of course, you had people that were like in their teens and their 20s, but you also had 5-year-olds, and they basically were
there any of them 6 months old though?
They were freaking whooping people. It don't matter. They were freaking little.
We're talking about
at the point where they're still
people that don't have any cognitive, like.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
But yeah, this game has like a lot of combos. It's a lot more in depth than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was from what it looks like a Naruto game with a Pokemon skin. But it's a lot more in depth than like the Naruto.
That's what I thought.
Like the metagame to this is ridiculous. I was watching a lot of streams on it, and some characters actually have specials that grab, where some characters have ones that have to hit. So you really have to learn the matchups to this. Like you can't go into a match not knowing the matchup in rank and expect to win. Also with the support is way better done in this game than it was in Naruto Ninja Storm.
Yeah, the support characters are very useful.
Like Cubone, when he throws his bone, it doesn't do damage, but it pulls you in. So if you're using a character like, say, Machamp, that's good for you because it brings them in if they have projectile, so you can hit them up. Also, if you use, like, say, Latios, you can use Dividing Light, and it puts all these energy fields around them that makes them stuck in the middle. So it sets you up so you can combo them because they're restricted to not being able to move.
Right. So, like everyone here is saying, I at first originally thought it was just Pokemon, Naruto version of Pokemon, essentially. Pokemon version of Naruto, rather. Mixing my words up. And then I thought, they mixed Tekken in there somewhere. But after watching Maximilian Dude's stream last night, and the night before, he did it on Friday, and he did it last night as well. He's a proficient fighting game channel, the biggest fighting game channel on YouTube, awesome shit. And there were a few funny moments when he was trying to figure it out, because he was like, I hate this game, I don't like this game is weird, and it caused a little bit of a blow up. But eventually, as he began to get his claws into it, as you well know, the dude knows his fighting games. You started to see the technique come out in the game, and that, I think, seeing someone at that level play the game, is where my opinion began to swing. Originally, when the games for EVO 2016 were announced, we found out that Ultra Street Fighter 4 would no longer be a part of it, and replacing it would be Pokken Tournament. I was among the number of people pretty upset about that, because I thought, here's another Smash thing coming in, and it's taking on a really good game in the process. It was, a bad place to be at that point in time, but after seeing it now, I can probably understand how it can have a place there, aside from that Nintendo money. But
my friends who are like really into like esports and stuff, they're like, it's actually pretty technical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I could see when you unleash people who are going to be at EVO on this game, there are going to be some awesome matches to watch, and I may just watch it. I wasn't planning to. I was going to stick to Street Fighter 5, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat. But after seeing this, I might watch a few of the streams on Pokken Tournament, see how that goes. But yeah, it's one of those games that appears to have many layers to it. The more you peel back, the more complicated it gets, the more technical it gets. And that's cool. That's really good. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the Nintendo news. We only have one title topic left, so let's jump right into it. That's going to be the PS4-K, or so the internet is calling it. A PS4 redone by Sony from the ground up to support 4K graphics, visuals, I guess. We don't know what it is. We only have a rumor from, who was it, GameSpot? Fanbomb? Somebody over there. No, Kotaku, my bad. All these places I need to remember. It was from Kotaku. And I believe it was Steven Totillo and someone else came out and said that developers there at the conference that just recently ended were kind of casually talking about the PS4-K. So let's go with Alex first, because I like humor. Alex, you haven't bought a PS4 yet. You hate Sony.
Mm-hmm.
But were the PS4-K to be a real thing, capable of 4K graphics, would you, for any reason at all, invest in one? Entertain us.
See, I'm really confused about this, because I don't understand if it's going to be like a new console, or if it's going to play the same games but play them better, or if it's going to get its own line of games. Because if it's getting its own line of games, then everyone who bought a PS4 just got, like, screwed.
Yeah,
and
the general...
for me, that is hilarious. For the people who bought them, it might not be so hilarious. I would assume that the thing just plays the same games but plays them better. Which is it is cool that they're doing that, but it's so ridiculous that they sold like 40 million PS4s and now they're gonna make a better one and essentially just assume you're gonna buy a new console. That to me is ridiculous that they would even attempt that. While you have Microsoft, on the other hand, is trying to make your Xbox One upgradable, so you don't have to buy a new console. But scumbag Sony does what they do. So they're gonna scam every penny out of you because they're broke and they're worthless and they're a shitty company. So they're gonna screw you on the only product they make money on. So that's what I think.
The general consensus is that it'll be sort of a half step, sort of like the new Nintendo 3DS,
right?
On console. So, which is what we were saying don't do because one, you fragment your user base, and two, you're likely to piss everyone off. But any other opinions? Real Gamer, let's go with you.
I guess with this situation, whenever Phil Spencer thought about, doing the upgradable Xbox One, of course you got a whole bunch of videos like Review Tech USA, of course the damage control and everybody, whole entire media is just going all crazy. But now we got this news about this. I really don't see many videos about this being a bad idea. So probably won't see it, but like Alex said a while ago, if they make like a sort of upgradable PS4 kind of something like the 3DS to the new 3DS, they alienating the 40 million that just purchased this PS4, in which it's gonna be another Sega 32X situation. That's basically what I see. If they try to make some kind of upgradable PS4, but they make two different versions of the game, then I can see it works. But if they not, then they basically just shitting on their fan base. That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay, well, let's go to let's ask RonnRetrobro what he thinks. He's a PC guy and he's used to upgrading his rig. So, what do you think of this? What are your opinion?
I think if they actually make it upgradable, it would be cool. But it also brings another big issue, and I know a lot of channels, like underground channels, have been reporting this, including Alpha Omega Sin. But one of the biggest issues you're gonna face is developers are gonna have to make two of the same game.
Right.
And that's going to be costly and timely, so that's a huge problem.
They're not going to want to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand why they're doing it, though, because honestly, both Sony and Microsoft are hurting on money as far as it goes with, like, consoles and all their sales and stuff, so this is a good way to do it, opposed to making, PS5 or whatever the next Xbox is going to be called. It's cheaper and more efficient, but for the work developers would have to do, it would cause more of a problem. Now, on the other hand, here's an interesting thing. What if the incentive to them making these upgrades and making the 4K developments made it easier to do this whole cross-platform network that they're trying to do with everybody? Think of it from that perspective, because if they're all 4K, that means now when you play with PC gamers and certain games and you do a multiplayer, it won't have to drop down the graphics they're playing with now too. So there are some upsides to it.
Okay, yeah, I didn't really think about that. Maybe it's my lack of expertise when it comes to game development, of course, but I was thinking that if the PS4-K is real, developers would not necessarily have to make two versions of the same game. Just make the 4K compatible game, and then make the game scalable. Give console gamers the same option that.
Hey, isn't that how they do it on PCs? They just make it scalable.
Exactly what I was gonna say, which is like, if you have just make a regular PS4 copy, and then if you're with the new one, I guess it just upscales itself. Like, all right, it seems like you got this. All right, whatever,
But see, that's where the problem comes from. My knowledge, the PSP is scalable, but most consoles aren't scalable like computers are. What the console specs is usually what it is. So because
no. I mean, as in like. Once you put the disc in, it's basically like a PC where, you have
this recognizes what you have, and then it sets your optimal settings.
That's what I'm saying, but they would have to make the console scalable to do that, which they currently aren't.
I mean, the actual hardware is not capable of that.
Exactly.
Well, the new console should be able to do it.
That's why with the new console, it's gonna do it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the new one's gonna do it.
Like, if you're using one of the old consoles and you have the disc that's in there, it'll revert to whatever that console can handle.
That's the way it is, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Because if you think about it, look at Street Fighter. Street Fighter on PS4 and PC are actually a lot different. You have on PC, you get that kind of nice motion blur and stuff like that. You don't see those pixely shadows at all. It's basically really nice on PC, and then PS4, of course, it gets downscaled a bit, and yet people are still playing together, and there's no problem with it. So it's just like, that's why I'm saying like doing this kind of stuff really wouldn't matter.
Okay. Well, a question to the chat here. any of you guys that are here who have a PS4, let me know if you have a PS4. Follow that up with, should a PS4-K be real? Would you buy one? Are you pissed off? Opinions, and we'll read them off a little bit later on as they come in. Okay, so next up, we have more Sony news. The PlayStation VR has a price.
Oh, boy.
And it is $399.99 in the US. And it will not be coming with the PlayStation Move or with the camera that you will need for the optimal PlayStation VR experience. You will need to go out of pocket and buy those as well, because $399.99 only buys you the headset and the compatible cables to have that work, but nothing else. So I guess
sounds like Sony.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of banking on you already having these things, or banking on you not having them and giving them more money for products that I'm assuming don't sell as much as they did when they originally launched.
Buy a Vita, get a chip. Sounds about right.
So you know me, I'm Mr. Anti-Gimmick, and VR is a thing that I hope blows over really quick. I hope all the analysts are wrong on this one, and it doesn't stay for long, because I don't want to deal with it. I really
I just don't see them supporting VR. Like, they sitting up here kind of pushing it as hard as they are. I don't see them supporting it the way, because Sony's just not good with supporting their, various consoles or platforms that aren't as popular as the next. So I don't know. They might treat this like the Vita. It'll be good for a time. Certain people will get on board, and then they slowly stop supporting it. It becomes a legacy console, and then we're just never gonna hear about it again. Like, that's just how it sounds.
I think they're just gonna rely on other people to like support it.
Yeah, like the third parties and stuff, instead of them supporting it, which they need to do more than others. But hey, whatever.
Yeah. All of that being said, though, there is a confirmation that a Star Wars Battlefront experience, or a Star Wars experience, is coming to PlayStation VR soon. They'll be custom making this experience from the ground up to support the peripheral.
That'll be a lightsaber game.
Yeah, my imagination being what it is, and my fanboyism for Star Wars being what it is, if you put a virtual reality headset on my head, make me think I'm a Jedi, put a PlayStation Move in my hand, and make that bad boy look like a lightsaber, sign me the hell up. But
exactly.
It's all about them Assassin's Creed egos.
I mean, if it's... I'm trying to concentrate.
I couldn't help it. I needed to say that.
Oh my god, that's just still
hey,
funny.
y'all, it's not lying to get us some.
The moment
We can have our team red.
The moment when you see it, though, the moment when they announce the title, it's Assassin's Creed, and then you're just like, oh shoot.
Assassin's Creed Eagles and the fucking giant robot golf. Yo.
Yeah, pretty much.
That giant robot golf though probably.
It's fun though. It actually looks pretty fun. It's funny as hell.
My thing is though with this is, I really need to try VR. That's the only thing with me.
Yeah, can they put that in the store where you can actually try it out?
Yeah, that's the thing with everybody, is that, you have people who call it useless like us, that call it garbage, and because
I'm just not interested.
Most of us really just didn't try it. Of course, there's people that are just not interested, and they could care less, which is okay. Yeah. That's fine, because this is just like an add-on. But it's like, I have to try this out. Like, same thing with Oculus. Like, I'm never gonna buy that, because that thing requires too much, and that thing's $800 already. But yeah, I mean, everything else, like with VR, I know they're gonna have demos at the stores. They really better.
They have.
Yeah, they need to. They need to have some demos.
I need to see what. I mean, they already said themselves that they're not gonna, that it's not gonna be like the best. Of course, don't expect Oculus Rift, which is true, because Oculus Rift requires a lot more stuff to be done.
Yeah.
But I just need to see what I'm supposed to experience.
Yeah, what am I purchasing? Yeah. What is the experience about?
It's
like, give us a couple of few games that we can play with it at a store or something.
That's why I'm like, stop putting it in like special events like at E3 or like QVC, stuff like that. You gotta spread it out, because that's not how you're gonna get people. Like, just be like, oh look, here's VR, now go get it, and then like nobody.
And it's like a word of mouth type of thing.
Yeah, and then
like
people
you
buy
have to
it.
experience it.
Yeah, and then people buy it, and then they try it out. They're just like, I don't like
It's like some people be like hype about it and like, well, I don't trust your judgment. You can tell me all day it's a great game, but I would still like to have the experience myself to see if this the VR is what I'm about.
The only thing is I don't think they can put it in stores because children under 12 can't touch this thing.
Yeah, and that's the problem right there too, because
it's gonna fuck their eyes up because their brains aren't developed yet, so it messes with them.
I mean, if they make it to where like they just have like these special booths or something, I mean they gotta try something like that. It's just or at least have some special events around like, oh look, we're gonna be at Best Buy for like a couple of days. Try out VR.
That would be nice. Yeah, something like that.
They'd have to make it monitored and they have to make it
regulated. Be like, look, people under this age can't. Yeah, because
real gamer, man. I haven't heard from you on VR.
Fuck VR, no.
Of course.
Man, I'm not buying that bullshit. It's another gimmick, man.
He lying. He know he wants that Assassin's Creed Eagles.
More gimmicky than that bitch ass gamepad, man.
Yeah, just like that Dreamcast controller.
Hey.
Oh, damn.
Shots fired.
Who has the power? Y'all on my channel. Who has the power? Shut up.
They still out of service, so yeah.
No, like I said, man, I don't really care about it, man. It's just, it's good. Like, was it the starting price $400? You have to have a PlayStation camera, the PlayStation Move, and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that.
So,
the thing is, you don't have to have like Move. Yeah, I know you need to have like the camera.
The camera, you do.
Yeah, it's just Move. No, the thing is with Move, it's like for like what's that stupid game or the one that you're like you make your own experience, like that kind of stuff. It's for that or like anything.
Like if I'm about a product, I want the full experience.
The thing is, I don't know.
Like I don't know. Like almost every picture they show, the dude's holding a Move.
Yeah.
But it's like
even though you say you don't need it, but if I want the full experience, I want the whole thing. So if I got buy it,
who knows? They might have a package. They might package it where they have all the stuff
They're
together
making a bundle with all three.
Yeah.
I hope so. It's just like the Wii U situation. Like everybody.
But it's gonna be more expensive than 300. So.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's just like everybody.
It's not 300. It's 400.
Everybody wants a full controller with the Wii U. So we was basically forced with the Game Pass. So that's why a lot of people was pissed off about that. It's kind of like the VR. You're not giving everybody what they want, and you're still fucking.
It's not the same as VR.
It's not the same.
It has nothing to do with the Wii U.
I'm just giving an example.
This is the peripheral.
No, because it's
this is actually a peripheral.
It's completely different. It's not even remotely the same.
It's not close to the same.
That's like, it would be the same if you were saying like they should have bundled a Pro controller with each Wii U bundle.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I guess y'all didn't catch that.
All right. So, RetroBro, Oculus Rift and those other headsets are going to be compatible with the PC. Are you excited for VR at all as a platform?
Not at all. Like right now, the way I'm looking at it, I don't see VR being good anytime soon. Like it'll probably be like another 10, 15 years. I mean, until VR is like that show, Video Game High School, that used to be on YouTube, I really don't care about VR. And I'll admit, I'm a try-hard when it comes to competitive gaming. And with the speed you're going to move with those janky motion controls that aren't complete yet, it's not going to be worth it for me. Like, right now, I think we can all agree on the market as far as motion controls go. Nintendo does it best. And like even with certain of their games, like using like the nunchuck and stuff feels way too slow for real competitive gaming. So until it can move the speed I want for my reactions to feel satisfied with crushing my opponents, I won't care.
All right. Okay. Cool. Okay. To take a step back now, let's head on over to the chat because I did promise to read off some of these comments.
I don't get to talk about VR.
What?
I don't get to talk about VR.
Didn't you already? All right, we'll go ahead and talk about VR then.
It's dog shit.
You knew that was coming.
You see, you give the guy the benefit of the doubt. And
but you knew it was coming. Why would you even allow it?
If you would stop talking, I could explain myself if you want.
No,
I believe in the good in people. Okay? I believe in the good.
This is the same exact guy that wants like Jack, Crash, freaking.
You think
what
it's
else do you want?
unreasonable for me to want Sony to bring out their first-party games before I buy their
Yeah, but
console?
all at once?
I didn't say all at once. I want it in the generation, though.
And when was the last first party game anyway?
Anyways, as far as VR goes, like, as it is right now, it's still too expensive for general users. The peripheral costs more than the console. That should never happen. I understand they're trying to make money off it, but they're trying to keep the price point low because it's not as powerful as Oculus, and that's cool. Like 400 is a lot better than what everyone thought it was going to be, which is 600, but still, it costs more than the console. And you gotta buy the camera. It's another $60, and you need the move if you want the whole thing, which is another $50. And the games that we've seen for it so far are kind of like meh. So I just personally, I don't see much interest in it, at least for now. Like, that's a lot of money to spend to play some boring-looking game.
So,
like, I think we're years away before it's actually cool.
So hit you up in a decade and you're good then.
Yeah, like even like with the HoloLens, like even that, the stuff they showed, like the Minecraft was pretty cool, the demo, but like I don't give a shit about Minecraft. Like it's just like the games that they're making they don't interest me.
It's like, I mean, because it is a headset, like for your ears too.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It's like
eyes.
I don't want to have something on my face while I'm playing video games.
You know, like all that. I mean, it should just be around. I mean, I understand like all this stuff is with it too. Like it has all that stuff within like the big bulky front part or the head part. But I feel like it should just be at least like 300 at that point.
That's the thing. Like the technology is too expensive right now.
Yeah, it's just too much. So you know, at that point, we just got to deal with it. We just got to wait at least like I would give it 3 years for it to drop.
It's gonna be a couple of years before the price comes down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it gives you that indifferent feeling. Like I don't have the type of money to try to spend on something this gimmicky, but I hope it appeals I hope it appeals to the 1% so they can get the funding they need to continue to upgrade it for the future.
Because even with the Kinect was like $150. At that price point, it's cheap enough where you can be like, okay, maybe I can have some fun with this. But we're talking $400 to do something
really
just to play games on a console you already paid to play games on, right? It just to me, it doesn't make sense.
That's a really pricey mistake to make if you don't like it.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So on to the chat now. We have Jesse saying, I have a PS4, but like I said earlier, I don't think I would sell mine if they give me an option to turn in my PS4 for a new one, then maybe half off or something, whatever would be
fine. The upgrade program.
Okay, yeah. If there's an upgrade program and you know they say, all right, bring in your PS4 original, we'll give you a PS4-K for half price or something like that. That's
not
be a
bad.
good way.
Yeah, GameStop would definitely do something like that.
Yep.
That might be a good way to do
things.
things.
The same thing whenever that the Kinect version of the 360 came out. They gave me a half price if I turned in my old Xbox 360.
They did the same thing for the 3DS and new 3DS. You got like $100 if you trade in your 3DS towards the new 3DS.
Yeah, but they follow up with saying, but with that being said, what would be the difference between the old and the new, and would it be worth it, etc.? Yeah, I mean, it would all be what it provides. What it brings to the table, is it worth it, or would you just rather stay with your original hardware? It depends.
Like, I think if they're both going to play the same games, there'd be no point to upgrade.
Yeah, there would be no point.
And the bad thing is, it's kind of hard to confirm it by like the demos and stuff they do, because we all know at E3 they lie and they show everything on supercomputers.
Yeah, everything's all full shots on high-end
So it's
PCs.
like no way for us to identify it without purchasing first, unfortunately.
Right.
Okay. All right. Not many much else on that topic. So we're just gonna move into our final topic, which will be an Xbox One. It's something that I didn't actually know shortly before we got into this podcast today. But that would be that there's an Xbox survey, apparently, I didn't know about it, that asks if you'd sell your digital games back for 10% of the purchase price. So essentially they're finding out whether or not an all-digital future wherein which digital game isn't like a tattoo and you can actually get rid of it fairly easily. And recoup some of the money in exchange. And other people are bringing up examples like Mario Kart 8, for example, is stated in this article here that GameStop is still giving near about $30 for that, the physical, of course, and that other games fetch high prices, and that they would not, among other reasons, want to give up physical because physical not only is it nostalgic, it actually presents other, benefits.
Yeah, you can actually get money from it.
Yeah, with digital, but coming from me, this generation, I think I might have done a full 180 on digital because most of my game collection, so about 60, 70 some odd games by now, is digital. We're talking about an 80-20 split, maybe. And most of that stuff is digital. Even when I had my Wii U, I had something like 35, 40 games digitally, and the other 30 was physical. So I've been investing a lot into digital this generation. That being said, if I could sell it back, a lot of people are saying it's too low. 10% rounds out to around $6. You're talking about a full $60 game. But as it stands, I'm not getting anything. So if you tell me I can get $6 or I can keep my shit and not get anything and be stuck with it forever despite never wanting to use it again, I would take the former over the latter. But then that's just me.
Wait, if you're still spending $60 for a freaking download for a digital game and you're only gonna get that, that's still not worth it.
That's still. I'm not for that 10%, man. If it's 20%,
10%'s too low.
Like
At that point, you might as well just keep it in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I would just go physical. That's mostly why most people go physical for that reason alone.
Yeah, because you can still buy the physical one and trade it in and get $30.
However, as a bit of a cautionary tale to those who like physical, I like my physical games too. I'm a little bit jaded on that because of my personal thing, my personal issues here. Getting the game into my country, I have to import. It's a longer process. But the digital kind of fixes that. It just fixes it 100%. So I'm kind of for it.
There's only one good thing about digital games. When I got my Xbox stolen, and I got it back, all my digital games were saved through my Xbox Live account.
Yeah,
all 25 games I had were stolen. I got it back. That's the only good thing about it.
They can't steal that.
They can't steal that.
Yep.
They tried to sign in on my Xbox Live when I was playing with my other Xbox One. They kept signing me out, and I was signing them out, so I had to change my password and everything. So they pretty much had to, create their own password and play other games because I basically wiped all those games that they was playing. So as far as buying a lot of these games, sell them at 10%, I think it's a ripoff. It's a ripoff because if you go to the Xbox Marketplace right now, like you can see a whole bunch of these older games that's been out. And they still sell for like $30, $40, even $50. Games have been out for like 2 years. That's one thing about digital games I hate because they keep the price really high, man.
I had the fortune of playing Halo Reach, and this is just kind of piggybacks on what you're saying. And I went to take a look at the DLC because a friend of mine was like, "Hey, maybe I should buy Halo Reach and get a DLC and then play them backwards compatibility with you." And we found out the DLC after Halo Reach came out in 2010, I want to say, or 9. It's still full price.
Yep. Same with Gears of War 3 when I was playing the other day. Still $15. It's not even a season pass. It's just a little pack.
Yeah.
It's still crazy.
But as a cautionary tale, this is where we're going. Digital is the unfortunate feature, whether you like it or not. It's happening. It's an inevitability. We can do whatever we want to stave it off, and we may succeed in doing so for a few years, but at the end of the day, this is where it's going. Every company, including Nintendo, seem increasingly fond of digital distribution.
Yeah, because they make more money off it.
They make more money off it.
Yep.
And as soon as that sinks in company-wide, and they have the balls to say, hey, no more digital, no more physical, for you, this is what's going to happen. Of course, console guys are going to be mad about that. PC guys are going to be like, this is a problem. So, because that's their reality. Really.
But they have sales like Steam sales and shit. You don't get
like if they do sales like they have with PC, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. And like for digital, it's like $15, $20, $30 games and stuff like that, and you get 10% back. Cool, whatever. But like $60 games and up, and special editions and all that stuff, and I'm only gonna get 10%. Hell no, I'd rather go physical so I can get more back. But like if they make it a better deal for like if they're gonna go like we're going to go physical, which is obvious. We already know that. So we go full on digital, and they allow us to sell back our games and stuff, our digital games and stuff, and we get an actual decent price. Then yeah, I'm on board with that. That's cool because not all of us are rich and can sit up here and spend all this money on all these damn games. And the whole reason of being able to go physical and turn in your game and be able to get another game for fairly cheaper because you traded in another, that's the whole bottom line for me. I mean, I'm not out here trying to freaking buy 15 different games for $60 and come out of pocket. Just not happening.
Yeah,
but I mean, teach his own.
If you're an achievement tour, then I recommend you keep your games because your game still has a lot of value. A lot of games that I complete, I still have like a whole bunch of achievements that I still hadn't collected. So if you're achievements whore, then I say keep your games, don't sell it because you ain't getting shit back anyway.
See, that's something Real Gamer brought up that I think would make like digital better on consoles. Like I know what we do on Steam is unfortunately you can't trade used games, but if you only play a certain amount of time or you can explain that it was really broken and you have issues, you can get the full refund on it. On top of that, as far as achievements and stuff go, our achievements, we get these little trading cards that you can sell to people. Like you name the price and there's like these people on Steam that like to buy those cards, and they give you digital currency, and you can use that currency to buy games.
Yeah, that would be nice. That sounds good. I could work with that too. That sounds.
I didn't even know about that. That's
100%. Yeah, because when I get achievements and stuff, I always sell those cards, and I'll just keep saving up the like little currency and stuff until I get enough for a game.
Yeah, see now that works. I like that. That's a good idea.
Alternatively, I would be good with the $6 back, with the 10% back.
If, considering you don't get anything for them now anyway, yeah, that's definitely.
You'll play that game again and take it.
Not even that. If I could, if there was some sort of permanent share program, I'm not talking about PS4 share play. I'm talking about it can legitimately turn one copy into 2 or maybe 3. Then yeah, that means I can have a circle of friends. One person buys it and then shares out his share licenses. I just made that up with his circle. And everybody can play, and one person buys it XYZ. I would be happy. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, that would be nice too. That'd be interesting. And like if they would have to limit it though, they would definitely have to limit how many people would get the license to share and all that.
Yeah, 2 or 3 is not much. Then that way, I can save money by establishing a ring of friends who play the same games that I'm interested in. So I don't have to buy every one. We take turns buying them.
You could take turns buying a game and getting a share, share license and whatnot.
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
I'll be cool with that. That'll be cool.
Like if they come up with some interesting ideas like that and stuff, and they implement those type of things, then I'm okay with digital or whatever. But right now, for console-wise digital, there's no real incentive. Like you got the you get free games on Xbox Live with Gold or whatever and stuff, which is cool every other month and stuff like that. That's cool. So yeah, those games you probably wouldn't be able to trade back in because they were free, and stuff like that. But it's just implement some things that would give us incentive to go digital. And so for most of us who are still transitioning from physical to digital could still feel secure in our digital purchase. Because if we get a game and it downloads and it doesn't work, we have to contact you and let you know, hey, this game ain't working. And we can't get our money back, or at least get a new download for, a new, to make the game work, or whatever the case may be. Like, that's going to be fucking annoying. Like, if I get a game that don't work, and I'm just stuck with it because it don't work, and I have to end up buying it again, or, deleting it, and then buying it all over again, or whatever, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know what you're saying.
I also find developers are usually a little bit more fair when it comes to digital copies, because I had Sonic Generations, and for some reason it wasn't working, and I showed all the specs for my computer, which showed that I can play better games than Sonic Generations. So Sega made an apology to me, got me a working copy, and Steam gave me the money back.
Nice.
Cool. That's nice.
Okay. Really, really good. So, if they want digital to be accepted by the physical stalwarts, people who refuse to move on from it, because that's going to be a problem they're going to have to address one way or the other, right? If this is their future, they're going to have to make these people comfortable. And they're going to have to research ways in which to do that. So, it is what it is on that. Let's see where it goes, but as a little bit of a caution to those of you here who are physical guys will be listening either now or in the future. Digital is the future, and I'm thinking, if not this very next generation, Generation 9, probably not, but Generation 10, probably so. It's coming, one way or the other, and it almost happened this generation too. So it almost happened.
Yeah, they screamed. We screamed a little too loud for that one. They were like, "Oh shit, wait."
It almost happened.
Almost
but,
did.
Now, the only time that will ever happen is when this world runs out of oil.
Okay.
This
Put
are
the
made
pony back in the stable.
plastic are made of oil. That's how it goes. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Okay, that's helpful. Get back in the stable.
And that was something that freaking
tinfoil hats in 3, 2, 1.
Right?
That's a conspiracy theory.
As far as trading in digital games, like to me, buying digital games the biggest drawback is you can't sell them or trade them. Because I like to, when I'm done with a game, I like to get rid of it because I want to get as much money back from it as I can while it's still new. And digital, you just can't do that. Like you're stuck with it. But now they're trying to implement this. I like that they're attempting this, but 10% is too low. Like they should at least keep it competitive with what GameStop or whatever is selling,
if they want to
trading in as physical. Like if they tried to keep it competitive, I think more people would look
GameStop out of business if everything go towards digital. And I would be a little upset. I know a lot of people don't like GameStop, but I don't buy games day one, so it don't really affect me. So I like to get those.
Well, they would always be there because of the used game market, though.
Yeah, the used game. That's not my GameStop because I get a whole bunch of buy two get one free. I hit them things up every year or twice a year.
Yeah, those kind of sales are really good.
Whenever you renew your membership, that's when I get it. So I would be pissed off if we go digital. That's the
yeah. No, I'm not a fan of like the only digital games I have. Like the only digital games I have are indie games, and that's because you kind of have to buy them digitally for the most part. It's just like whatever. I don't mind because they don't cost too much. But like full price games, I'll never buy it digitally if I can avoid it. Because what's the point? I'll never get any of that money back. Or right now I can get rid of it and get like $30 or $40 back. That's half the game's cost.
Yeah, since I'm a budget gamer, like shit like this is gonna really affect me since I like to wait. So me getting these games at a full price day one or day 2,000, because like I say, digital games they don't go down very much on the Xbox market or the PS4 or whatever. It's just how it is. I think I saw Watch Dogs on the marketplace yesterday. I think they still selling that thing for like $30 or $40. That thing been out for 2 years.
It's crazy because like physical games, like sometimes even if they're only like Plants vs Zombies that just came out 2 weeks after it came out, it was already $20 off at Best Buy, but not online.
Yeah.
Like the digital version was still full price. It's like, why would I buy the digital version when I can get this version for $20 less?
You know what the funny part is? That all of this being said, in about a week, Xbox is going to be having their spring sale where they're going to have massive discounts on digital games.
And that starts today.
As soon as freaking consoles start having sales like Steam, I'm going to be freaking lit.
Yeah, if they were doing stuff like that, that'd be great, but they don't seem to.
I got a question for all of y'all.
got another $50 price drop.
Oh yeah, Xbox just got a price drop.
What they say about the Wii U?
Oh boy.
Oh my God! Can you get off that? Stop.
I just my friend he wants to play Pokemon.
Wii U sucks.
They want to play Pokemon so bad, bruh.
I know. They're just mad because they can't play Hogan Fire.
On that sale, I'm going to be brazenly there, and I'm going to be ready. And for you Team Red guys, just be glad that I'm not there to torture you guys every Monday night.
You can't, because, I mean, first of all, you can't talk because you got rid of your stuff, so let's just shut up right now. Thank you.
I said be glad.
I'm just saying, no, I'm not glad at all. It doesn't matter. You serve no purpose. You can't talk shit. You don't
damn.
You just can't.
Oh,
You just can't. So we're just gonna go ahead and close out the, do what we do with the podcast.
I feel highly offended.
I don't give any fucks.
That almost made me want to go run out and buy a Wii U.
Well, until you do, you can't talk shit.
Almost this close. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be the bigger man.
Are you even good at Mario Kart?
And you're going to be the bigger offended man. You enjoy that.
Was that Nia?
So are you even good at Mario Kart?
No.
I'm the best.
He sucks. He got his ass handed to him by Alex every week, please.
Me and him broke the freaking system, okay? Like, we literally broke the system. That's how long we played that game.
My nearest competition in this game just spoke, and he's a pony. So.
Yo, man, we both have 999 tied to each other. Okay.
Tied to each other. The game stopped counting how many times we played against each other because it couldn't.
It was like it's it, man.
Yep. Yeah, so we're highly confident in what we have with that game, but you know, it is what it is. We will see you guys on what is it? Yeah, we see you guys on Mario Kart 9 or whatever they call it. So we'll see you there on NX, I'm assuming. But anyway, that brings us to the end of this podcast. We've hit our runtime. This was a little bit of an impromptu thing on Real Gamers channel. We ran into some technical difficulties earlier on. If you weren't here, so you know about it again. So we're here, but in such a way, it's sort of a destined thing because we're planning to have this podcast moved to the various channels of each Reboot member weekly. So it kind of forced us to do it this week. So there you go. I mean, not anything that wasn't about to happen anyway. Thank everyone in the chat. I thank everyone in the chat for sticking around and chatting with us and putting up with Alex's salt. So we will see you guys next time.
It's coming from the
official closing of the podcast, I'm going to hand that over to the owner of the channel, Real Gamer. It's all yours.
All right. You know, like I said, we did have a little technical difficulties on your channel, so that's why we moved it over to my channel. But are we doing it on your channel next week, or how are we doing it, Zen?
Well, you had it this week, so I'm assume that we're going to move to anyone, any volunteers? Don't all volunteer at once.
You know what? I'll volunteer.
So you'll do it?
Right.
I volunteer as tribute.
I keep forgetting you even have a channel. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. I barely do anything because of this freaking
you need some publicity on your channel. Let's go.
Yeah, boy.
So
guys,
you want to do the Mega's channel?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We're gonna do Mega's channel next week on the Reboot podcast. So I will keep you updated throughout the week whenever I do, my regular videos. So like I said, I appreciate every single one of y'all for joining us tonight. Had a great podcast. Had to start a little late because, of course, had some issues and everything. But we'll get those bugs worked out by next week and next Sunday at Sunday night, 9 o'clock Central Time. We always have our podcast on whoever's channel. So like I said, we'll keep y'all updated. And I guess I guess that's it. So let's go ahead and do our outros. Let's go and start you, Coupon.
Coupon tries, Game Diva out.
Nice. All right, let's go with you, Zen Gamer.
All right, people. Zen here. Been great guest hosting today. See you next time.
Oh, man, I appreciate you for guest hosting, man. I hate doing that damn talking, man. But, yeah, man, I appreciate you for joining me. Let's go and go with you, Omega.
All right. Well, I actually talked, and
Yes,
I'm glad
Yes, you did.
that's an achievement. Okay. Because this game is still taking my life. But next week it shall be on me. It's all on me.
Oh.
And also catch on my Let's Plays that I'm trying to do constantly, but I got stuff to do in this Final Fantasy, man. It's
Put
just
the crack
nice.
down.
I can't, dude.
Moving on, next. We don't even care. Next.
Omega, I'll give you a hand clap. About time you actually say something.
That's great.
Let's go with you, Nia.
What is up, everybody? It's your girl Nia, the video game her, and I am actually streaming Twilight Princess HD as we speak, and I think I'm going to end my stream after this podcast is over because I've been streaming for almost 5 hours. But yeah, I'm out.
All right. You know what? I'm going to give you a hand clap, too. All right, last but not least, let's go with you, Retro Bro.
What's up, YouTube? Retro Bro here. Thanks for having me tonight, Real and Zen.
Yep, no problem, man. Anytime.
Anytime, man. You did a great job, man. Let's go and give y'all a hand clap. I forgot you.
You know what's gonna be the true achievement? The time you don't talk about fanboys. That's gonna be.
Whatever. I think I want to talk about fanboys. Whatever. We talk about fanboys just coming up Thursday.
Wait. Before we go off here, you know what just happened, ladies and gentlemen?
What?
We had a podcast, a Real Gamers channel, wasn't about fanboys.
Oh, damn. Hand clap. Give yourself a hand.
No, The reason why we talked about Fanboys last Thursday because Alex been pushing me to talk about it. So you think
Alex is an instigator, low key.
Yeah,
Not
you
even
know,
low key, high key.
If you fall under his freaking whims, then hey, dude, I don't know what to
whatever,
tell you.
man. But anyway, guys, we had a great podcast. I really appreciate y'all for joining us tonight, and we're gonna have, of course, my regular podcast on my channel every Thursday from 7 p.m. Central Time to 9 o'clock. And, of course, the Reboot podcast Sunday, and I will let you know when and where, and I will give you the link to Mega's channel after this podcast is over, and the link of the description of everybody's channels will be, I'm sorry, everybody's channel is going to be in the link of the description below. So just stay tuned in whenever this podcast uploads. Just go ahead and subscribe to everybody. Everybody's a really great individual, and after that, our podcast is over. Peace out.
Peace.